Okay, so this is your like footage. I just import it quickly. So which camera do you shot on? So let's suppose this is the color page, which usually
Mhm.
look like this one. So this is the interface. All these are the tools on the top. I will explain you the UI, and then we jump on the color grade stuff. Or
Okay.
do you know the UI? Do you want to like learn the UI, or like you just quickly go on the?
Um, I know it a little bit,
Okay, so what happened?
but you
Uh,
you can you can go ahead and go through it.
Okay, so that's the media player, as you know. These are the main tools, which is like primaries. And in the primaries, there are a lot of this one and the log wheels. These are literally the same tools, but have a different work ethics. I will tell you after like once we like start with doing the coloring. So on these two tools are the for the camera raw, which we don't use because we are not shooting on the raw. So that's why this tool only enable when the footage is in raw. So can you see it's written like camera raw here?
Like Cinema
Okay.
DNG.
Cinema DNG, Early Raw, Blackmagic Raw, or maybe some anything with the raw. So it automatically detect this is a raw footage, and then you can just always go and change the settings, which we usually do on the shoots, but you can change it on the later.
Okay.
So this one is the color checker. This also work when you are like using something with the maybe raw. So this only tool, these two tools, one and two, always work with camera raw. So once you have like camera raw, then you can like use these tools. The other one is the primaries, which is the main. All the grading, all the colorists use this tool as much as they can. So this is the main basic tool of them. So in this tool, can you see like these three dots? One, two, three.
Yes.
These three all work like same, but what differ in this, I will like tell you later. The one, can you see there is a same symbol, but it's written log, and in this symbol, it's not written log. And
Hmm.
this one and the center one and the first one are same. What happens? Some people do like use this tool, and some people do like this tool. The old colorist, the old people, they use it a lot of this tool. But now this UI is like more comfortable for people, so they use like same. But in this, the log is also the same. But I will tell you what is the difference between log and the primaries. Can you see? Let's look at primary log wheels, and in the
Hmm.
other one is primary color wheels. Okay. The second one is the
Why
HDR
why do
palette.
why would you use the log?
I will tell you. When we start color
Okay.
grading, then I will tell you what is the difference between the log primaries and the normal primaries. I will
Okay.
just explain you the UI so you know better which tool is forward. So the second one is also HDR tool. It also works same like primaries, but it is this tool actually work like a, do you know the exposure meter in the camera usually? So this tool work like a mathematical exposure meter. I will like explain you every bit of like every tool, every sub tool. So
This
the
is what I use.
which one? This one?
The HDR, yeah. Like if
Yeah.
I'm if I underexpose, I use the exposure underneath the global.
Yes.
That's
That's
what I
you.
was taught.
Yeah, yeah. You are just on the right. Okay. The second one is the this RGB mixer. Usually I don't use this, but I will tell you why this is. This actually works same like this primary, but in another way. It usually do with something like uh, the people who don't know the old people, they work on the like film negative, so they use these tools a lot of time because what happened in like early eras, they're like only three colors and they blend every color. So for this one,
Oh.
you don't have to like use white, and the another one is like this one. This one specifically for the like motion. You want denoise your footage. Sometimes you like shoot something and has a lot of noise, so you can just remove from this tool. So what happened? I will just quickly tell you because this is not a noisy footage. So what happened? It's a frame. How many frames per second it will detect to lower the noise. So let's suppose I selected 2 frames. Then this is the lumen. So I will just increase. I will show you. Maybe you will. Can you see?
It's a little fuzzy.
Yeah, now it's good because it
Maybe because
removed
of
them.
the
No,
zoom
no, no.
compression.
Yeah, I was just showing because can you see on the black part? Let me like push too much and then can you see now different?
Yeah,
So this is a denoiser tool. So when you like what happened, most of the like cameras, the small digital camera, they create a noise in terms of digital. So what happened? Sometimes you don't like noise, sometimes do like noise. So it's always depend on you. Do you want? So I usually like when I like saw noisy footage, I usually remove some of the noise to make it like more realistic or more natural to your eye. Okay,
right.
I just quickly
So
reset it.
is two the best amount of frames?
Yeah, I usually do because after like if you go like three, then you will feel like a blur footage. So I
Okay,
don't push it too much. Two is like a max limit, which I like recognize for so far to make it like two rather than going on like on three. Yeah, sometimes like the night shots, they have a lot of noise. So we can go on three, but I know that software is destroying the quality of footage. But what happened? You have like a lot of scenes and one scene is like bad. So you need to fix it by making you smart.
got
So
it. Okay,
okay, so this is the motion blur. Usually people don't use it because already you shot on like 24 FPS, so they have a 24 FPS motion blur. Some of what happens sometimes you need, but I haven't used it in like last 10 years.
okay, got it.
So this tool and the one is the curves, which is like the second most important tool of this software. So this, can you see like there's a dot? If you like hover it,
Mhm.
you can see custom, U versus U versus saturation. What this tool do in this custom node, it only deal with the exposure. The second one is the U versus U, which only deal with the color of color. U of U. The third
Okay,
one is U versus saturation, which only deal with hue and saturation. Every color, every color of saturation. Let's suppose I will like tell you how this work after like we do the CST and then we converted the footage. So another one is U versus luma, color of light. You can say U is all color, anything, color of light.
okay.
These one, the last three one, we usually don't use because they have a on. What happened in DaVinci, there are like a lot of methods to doing the same job. So
I
one,
see. I
so
see.
if so these tool you can just go into primaries and saturation, so you can get the same results. Okay, this one is these one, two, and three are the advanced tool, which is like for the tracking, which is for like the masking. So I think we go
Okay,
for the basic one, and then I will just quickly tell you that what they are. So let's suppose this is the shot. So always find the best hero frame, what we call it hero frame. So let's suppose this is the hero frame, which I think is good for like, so you will right click, you know how to like make notes.
Shift S.
Yeah, shift. So I just create quickly three note. On the last one, I go like color space transform. Sorry, sorry. I do the color space transform here. So which camera do you shot on?
Panasonic.
Okay, so that's Panasonic. We call it like Panasonic Vlog, and then we call it Vex 709, and this is Gamma 2.4. Okay, so why it's not changing? Can you just wait 1 second? What happened to this one? Give me 1 minute. Right? Maybe my DaVinci needs to like restart. Sorry, just give me 1 moment.
No, no problem. My DaVinci is it acts weird all the time too.
No, I like have a licensed version, but sometimes it do it, so you can't do anything. So do you know how to like read scopes?
Hmm.
Okay, so maybe we come here and Zoom it little bit. What happened to this one? Why it's not the same thing? Let me go into like any other project and import it again.
The next lesson we'll definitely do on Premiere.
Okay. I'll just like try to, but I for like color, DaVinci is the best tool. So I think if you learn this one, then you can. Can you see my screen? Okay, sorry. Okay, yeah. Color scope table, color space transform. That's Panasonic. Do you know how to like use it correctly? The
Yeah,
color space. So every
Panasonic.
the first two parameters is always camera, and the second one is like obviously you watch on Rec 709, so that's Rec 709. So let's suppose we convert this one and we just close it. So let's suppose this is like a hero frame. So what do you, after like converting, what do you see? What color and what is too much in the image?
Orange.
Orange. It's not orange, it's complement of red and yellow. So how you can see colors? If you go on like wave or parade, the only which one is good is the parade. Let me like fix it here. Okay, so I go on parade. Can you see here? All the values are down, but the red is clipping. Can you see? So
So
how to read a
over
so how
896 is clipping.
no. What I will tell you how to read this. The zero is the contrast level. If you go under zero, then you are destroying the contrast. You are putting too much contrast. If you go over 1025, then you are overexposing the image. So let's suppose we on primaries, I'm just exposing it too much. Can you see? Now,
Hmm.
so the image is overexposed. All the highlighted data is destroyed. Let me like reset. Okay, so first thing we do the white balance. The main thing for can you go on primaries? This is the first tool which we like start with. So can you see temperature, tint, contrast, pivot, and highlights? So let's suppose in this image, I think yellow is too much. So I quickly go on the blue side. Can you see the scopes in the bottom? Now the red and blue is kind somewhere around here.
So you want to
The,
balance them out.
yeah, the first thing ever you want to like balance the image to look more realistic rather than going on the offset. So now I think it's too much blue. Like push it like more towards green. Okay, somewhere around it. Can you see the difference now? The second one is tint. Tint is also a color. Let's suppose we have like a lot of pink. I don't want pink. Maybe I want a little bit green. So let's suppose I just quickly. Can you see now? I added a green because I was thinking it's too much red on the skin. So that's why I put like little bit of green. Let me reset. Can you see now red on the shirt on this area?
Yeah, yeah,
So I
yeah.
just quickly watch the image and see how it like make it balance. Now it is a balanced image. So every time
Okay.
you need you when you are like start color grading, what happens sometimes the like if you are shooting with film, so you do the white balance. Some of the projects you don't do the white balance, so every colorist or every one person have to do the white balance and everything. So let's suppose I just do it like little bit balance. Now we start the color grading. Can you see here contrast?
Hmm.
This con the left, sorry, I'm just leaving these three. I will tell you. The left is always contrast. The gamma is midtone. This is a contrast. You see. Can you see?
Yeah.
So let's suppose I just reset from here. So this is contrast. This is a midtone. Always the skin, any kind of skin is always in gamma. So if you don't remember, so you can go here and click on log views. So you can read shadows, midtone, highlights, offset. So let's suppose we want to like make it more contrast. I'm adding a little bit of contrast. Now, this is the slider of exposure and this is the wheel of color. Let's suppose on a contrast level, I want to add it like more blue to it. Let's suppose. So what I'm doing, what is the opposite color of yellow? It's here. So I just keep pushing this yellow, maybe somewhere around here. So what happened? I just added a little bit of cyan in my shadow.
Okay.
So this tool all same work like this, but it deal with contrast. This deal with kind of you can say with the midtones, and this deal with the exposure. The gain is exposure. So let's suppose I will just zoom it and see the skin. The how to like balance a proper skin tone. If you go on this one, if you go on vector scope only deals with color.
Skin line.
So you just click on this skin line, so you get it. Now can you see the skin is off? It's not on the line. What I'm doing, I just only watch the screen and control it like somewhere around. Can you see now it's on the line?
Mhm.
So if I like
Oh,
zoom out, if I
I
zoom
didn't
out,
know that. I like that. I like that.
so now the skin is like on the proper mark. Okay, now what happened? I want to like add little bit light on the face. So I just increase, can you see? Maybe somewhere around here. So, so now we already balanced the image. Now, let's suppose we want to add it a little bit more light. So I go and push it like somewhere around it. Can you see everything is popping out very nicely?
So why don't you use offset instead?
Offset, I will tell you. Offset is a mixture of lift, gamma, gain. If you combine these
Ah,
three values, then you can offset. Let's suppose I just
okay.
close this one. Let's suppose here I made something like this. We shot something like this. Now I want to make it balance. Then I will use the offset to make it balance. Can
Hmm.
you see?
Yeah.
Off, what offset do? Offset is the combination of these three tools.
Okay. Got it.
If you want to like do it individually, then you have to do it like from contrast, midtone, and highlights. Okay, so let's
Okay.
suppose we man. Now I want to make it more green. I want my in my mind I have looked something like it. So what happened for this one? I just put it like a little bit of green. So can you see now? We already
Hmm.
created a look. So how to like define it? And once I add a color, I think I need a more contrast to the face. So I put it like a more contrast here. So to make it pop from the background. Can you see the background, the foreground, everything is differentiating. So color grading is not making a color. Color grading is all about making a different color palette to complement the background and the foreground. So that's why I
Okay.
just added little bit blue. If I don't add it, let's suppose I just reset this. Before it was like this. I want now, can you see? It more like
Mhm.
cinematic look. I just
Yeah.
push towards the green because let's suppose we don't want it green, we want it blue. So maybe somewhere around blue. But I think for the boxing, it always be the green is always complementing the color. So let's
Hmm.
suppose we do it somewhere around here. And then I again go to skin. So you have to come back and forth to adjust the colors. So what happens when you push any color to another value? So obviously the intensity of light also decrease. So that's these three tools do. Do you have like any question till now?
Is the skin off the line?
let me like show you. Can you see? Let me. Can
Ah,
you
okay.
go on this one and click on the qualifier? And on the three dots, it's saying display qualifier focus. When you click this, can you see on the bottom? It's showing where the skin is.
Okay.
So now the skin is on the line. If you don't want like more, so you can just push it somewhere along here, maybe. But it is on the line.
I will say, I don't know if it's zoom or not. I feel like it's a
Sorry?
little bit, I feel like it's a little bit dark.
Yeah. Or maybe like we can like increase it somewhere around it. Because I think for Zoom it's happening because I have another monitor behind. So
Okay, okay,
it's a
okay.
bit showing good on. So
It
maybe
might be
somewhere
because it's
around
zoom,
here.
yeah.
Yeah. So maybe somewhere around here. It's
Oh, that
always
looks great.
your personal choice what look. Maybe I don't like too much exposure. You do like exposure. Let's suppose we wanted like more lit. So I just increase the gain and then decrease this one. Now it's like more light. So we complement these three tools, one, two, and three, to make it more balanced and we make it look good.
Got it.
So do you have like any question between these three?
No?
And so offset is the mixture of everything. So let's suppose I want to make it more towards green. So can you see
Hmm.
what I've done? I add a lot of green. So every shadow, every midtones, every highlights has the green.
Got it.
That's the combination of contrast, midtones, and highlights.
Okay. So, I mean, this looks great. I mean, we're basically done. Why didn't you use the log wheels?
Okay, I will tell you. So now let's suppose I just close this one or to open this one. Let's suppose when I pushing the colors like this one, it's doing a lot of changes. What log wheels do, let's suppose I go on log wheels. Now I want to like make my skin little bit more warmer. So if I like push it too much, let's suppose what happened, the log wheels always work a gradual. So what happened, if like I push it, can you say it's changing very minute. And what happened, let me reset. And if I go with the same primary, and once can you see? I just move it. So what happens? Sometimes you like look, but you don't like too much color. So what happens? We go always. Let's suppose we don't want green too much. So let's see. I push it like very hard, but it's not minusing. It's doing very gradually.
Okay.
Can you see now? You can't see the difference. You just see the difference here.
Yeah,
Can you
yeah,
see?
yeah. I see. Okay. I
Now
see
I'm
now.
just Now I'm just creating a little bit separation. What happens sometimes you like the look, but you don't want like too much saturated and you want to like make a difference between the background and foreground. So that's why the log wheels. These two tools are work like same, but what they do, primaries do like more drastic changes and log wheels do like more lesser changes. Okay,
Okay.
we'll jump on
Got
the
it.
this one. So this is the color boost on the bottom. If you want to like more saturated, so you can just increase it. But usually I don't use this one. This is like against the rule to put like more saturation. You can use this saturation to do it rather than this color boost. Let's suppose you have a shot on a white wall which don't have color and you want to like make it more pop. So you can, if you like do this 100%, so you can move it like more. But after that, I can increase this one too.
So it's like, is it like the vibrance in
Yeah,
Lumetri color?
yeah. That's exactly the same. Okay, the U, we already done it here with different parameter, so we don't need it. Well, that's why I told you, like every tool has like different multiple options to do the same job.
Yeah, a lot of, yeah. I see.
Okay. I think, are we done? Are we clear with these one? So we can just move towards another. Have you like any question with this tool?
No, no, that's good.
Okay. So for the HDR, it is something like the same primaries. What HDR do? Can you see these dots?
Hmm.
So let me like create another node here. So if you click on this, then you see it's showing what is the dark values. If you go on shadows, it's showing what is in the shadows. If you go on light, then it's showing the light. Let's suppose we want this green to be like more red, something, something around here. Can you see? It's only affecting the light value. So HDR usually work when you have like selection. When I have a selected part, you need to like make it something else. Let's suppose this black, I want to change it more to greenish. I just quickly see this is in all the shadow. So I just added like maybe something around more green. So can you see the difference now? It's only affecting this one. It won't affecting this one because we only selected the light. So light is coming from here. So it's showing all the area which is like showing is affecting with the color. Or
Okay.
always you can decrease the, can you see? Let's
Hmm.
suppose we have shot something like this. So it is blast. So what I do, I just go into highlight and make it like more realistic. And all the same parameters, they work like same. For the saturation, let's suppose I want to like more saturated this skin. So I'll just increase the saturation, so it's only affecting the skin. Can you see now? Because the light is coming from here, so it's only affecting the lighted part. What global do? It can you see? It's changing all the values. So global is
Yeah.
mixture of all the tools.
So it's like offset.
That's the offset, same thing. What I told you, like every personal, every tool has like do the same job, but like for every people, they have created to make it like more comfortable.
Hmm.
So that's also the same thing, which I like tell you in primaries. The tool work like same, but this tool only specific parts. So you can change maybe shadows, you can change maybe highlights, or maybe you can work on sometime. Let's suppose this is the dark. I click on this and I want like my darker value to be. Can you see? I'm only adding a light on the dark part.
Yeah.
So that's
It
that's HD. Yeah,
shadows.
yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. So let's suppose, can you see? It's showing this area on the top and the little bit of your hair. So what happened? I just increase exposure because maybe your client or you don't want to like make it more black on the background. So we put it, maybe I put it like more towards something warmer. Can you see? I'm just making a separation. I'm doing like too much, but just to like explain you to how this tool works.
Yeah. No, I see it.
Okay, so I just reset this. So do you have any question? So you don't have to use this temperature tint you because you already use this one here. Why do you want to like use it here? So that's always work with the same. If you do there, then it will affect the same. If you do here, then it will affect the same.
Um, I'm
What
trying to
happened, David?
see.
Hmm.
I'm trying to see if I can put in another clip to see if the same grade will match the whole grade.
So for
That's
like
all.
short man, yeah, it something. What happened? Every time you have to do a lot of practice to analyze the footage before grading. Because if you don't know which color needs to be fixed, so you never get a look.
Right.
So every time you because when you know which color is like the footage before it was too red and yellow. So I know before it was yellow. So I need to make it like more little bit towards the blue because maybe I have a feel in my mind. I want like green, blues to pop out. So that's why I make it like the look like this.
Yeah, no, this looks great. This looks great.
So let's suppose another tool
I
is,
guess like have you ever heard of the term showlut?
yeah,
Could you use this as a showlut, or would this be more of like a final grade?
this will be a more final grade, to be honest. Only these primary tool and the log wheels to do your 80% of your work. So you don't have to like, that's why I just told you. So this one and this one is the main key factor of this software. I will like explain you how this works. Let's suppose, so this is, so you already, so you, if you do from here, it will also do like same thing. But this is more good UI, so I use this one, but it also works the same. That's called RGB mixer. So on this one, this is a customer. Let's suppose this is on the top, it's exposure. On the bottom, it's contrast. Can you see?
Okay.
Uh,
Hmm.
and if you go on, okay, I'll just reset this one. The second one is you versus you. Let's suppose I don't want this green. Instead of green, I want something more warmer, maybe like something reddish. So can you see here, lot of color. I click on this, it will always create a good point. And can you see here, it's you. Let's now can you see on the background?
Mm.
So let's suppose I just reset it and see where the I
So,
click
so
this
th
one.
this is affecting the saturation of the color.
Yeah, yeah. No, no, it's not a saturation of color. It's you are changing any color to another color. So let's suppose I just click here, it will create a dot. Now can you see? Oh, sorry.
Mhm.
Can you see? It's maybe I don't want it. So I just reset this on yellow. Can you see the skin now?
Yeah.
So I just changed the value of this color to another value.
Okay, got
So
it.
how? Okay, the another one is the hue versus saturation. It's the same thing. Now I want this yellow to be more pop. Can you see?
Hmm.
What this tool is doing is making of a color to be more saturated.
Okay, got it.
The another one is the Lure versus Yuma. What this do? Oh, sorry, I don't want that one. What this tool do? Let's suppose I want to add little bit light here. I select yellow. Can you see?
Because it's okay. So color versus light.
Yes, the color versus light.
Okay.
And this one is the Luma versus saturation, which deal with on left hand side, it's showing black. On right hand side, it's showing what this do. It minusing all the saturation on the blacks. So can you see? Everything was the black, they got muted. Let's suppose we want something, all the exposures, can you see? It only affecting the this person face because the light is coming, so it affecting the exposure part. So maybe something
Okay.
like this also will look. Maybe something like this also will look. So how this tool work? Do you have like any question between these two finally? Or the curves?
The curves. The curves is. Do you only use it like that? You don't use it to like draw an S curve?
What happened? I usually don't draw S curve. Why? It's because I know these tools better. So these also
Okay.
can do the S curve. So you don't have to make a S curve. If you know this is the good point, good point, good point. If let's suppose something like this. Can you see? All the data is lost. So I just go maybe something around here, or you can make a S curve. But I don't believe in S curve. Let's suppose we make it. Can you look? It's look too messy.
Yeah, that's why I don't like the S curve either.
Even
It's
there was
very
a con.
hard to draw.
Yes. So do you like understand this tool?
Hmm.
The another part of this tool is the same one, this one, color warper. What this tool do, in this tool you have to like select manually every color. In this color warper, can you see? If I go up and down, then you are increasing or decreasing the saturation. If you go left and right, it will change the color. Let's suppose it's something like this. Can you see? I'm just affecting the top.
Yeah.
Let's suppose we want this blue to be something like green. Can you see? Now it's more like cinematic.
Yes.
So this is a new tool. Before it was like a very old people use this. Once this tool came like 2 years ago, everyone is using this because this also work like this. So you can just select any dot and make it something else. Let's suppose with this row, I want to make it more something else. I click it and make it like something blue. Can you see now?
Yeah.
So because the row and this color is the same skin tone, that's why it's affecting the skin also. Let's just reset it. Maybe make it like more cooler. Let's see. On the skin, I just over it. Can you see? It's showing the dot on the parameter.
Yeah.
So
Hmm.
let's suppose I click this one. It selected the dot. So I want like my skin to be more something around it. Can you see the difference? Before it was like too green. I only selected the color of this one. So this one, you have to do it manually. Go here, 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 here. In this tool, what is do? If you go up and down, then it will be mine. If you go up, it will be increasing the saturation. If you go down, it will decreasing the saturation. If you go left, it will creating another color, which is like you versus you. Okay. And if I go right, then it also creating a different color of you versus you. Do you understand this one?
Yes.
So I use a lot of time this thing because I don't want to go 1, 2, 3, 4 again and again rather than using this one. So I can make it something like that. So for me, it is a good color. It's a good exposure. And this could be a final product for client
Yeah.
because